When it comes to Ma'rifah of the Prophet or any of the Imams, salamullahi alayhim ajma'een, learning their name is not Ma'rifah. Crying over them is not Ma'rifah. Reading their hadith is not Ma'rifah. Ma'rifah is understanding them because you have lived part of their life. The same way, if you needed to have Ma'rifah of my disease, be that you also had something similar as well. When you've lived a life similar to Imam al-Mahdi alayhi salam, to the Prophet, the difficulties, the charity, the goodness, the faith, the salat al-layl, the forgiveness, the rahmah, the activism, the movement, when you live a little bit like Rasulullah, then you will understand who Rasulullah really is. Because the same trials he underwent will also undergo upon you as well. Amir al-Mu'mineen Ali ibn Abi Talib salawatullah wa salamu alayhi has a famous hadith. He says, if you call yourself Shia, prepare for difficulty in your life. Prepare for austerity. One thing, saying you are Muhib, saying you are Shia, and another thing, living it. The Mu'min is the one who has Iman, faith in Wilayat of Ahlul Bayt alayhi salam. A Shia is the one who acts like Ahlul Bayt alayhi salam. Completely different. Don't mix them up. Shia is higher than a Mu'min. Here, the only way we can have Ma'rifah of the Imam is this. Because if we don't have a life like him, struggling like him, being honorable like him, giving like him, then we will not have Ma'rifah. When Rasulullah came, all the Jews thought was, I just need to know his name. I just need to know which city he's coming from. Because they didn't understand the reality of Rasulullah, they rejected Rasulullah. They thought, this can't be our prophet. When Mahdi salamullahi alayhi comes, the same thing will happen. He will come, and we don't have Ma'rifah of him, we will reject him the same way the Jews did, the same way the people of Kufa rejected Imam al-Hussein alayhi salam. Second and last thing about having a relationship with Imam al-Mahdi alayhi salam is very simple. Every day, brothers and sisters, every day, talk to him. Just talk to Imam al-Mahdi alayhi salam. That's it. Last time we were here, I think we gave a story, and I will repeat it again so that you are aware of it. One of the greatest scholars at the time of Imam al-Khomeini alayhi rahmah, by the name of Ayatollah Sayyid Muhammad Hadi Milani, says the following story. He says, when the revolution of Iran took place, I noticed that there weren't many ulama in the villages. And so I decided to sponsor and call students for the purpose that when they graduate, they would go live in the villages where there was no education, no Islamic education, no alim there, so they didn't know how to really live. So he gathers about 300 students, and he trains them for 4 years or 10 years or whatever, and then he gives them the graduation ceremony. He now stands in front of them and he gives a final lesson to all of them. And he says, this is my last lesson to you. If you don't follow my last instructions, come back. I don't want you being alim in the village that I'm sending you. You have to listen to me. This is my last instructions to you. First instruction he gives is very simple. He says, I don't want you to teach my fatwa. I haven't trained you so my names become famous. I've also taught you the fatwa of other marajih. You give the fatwa of someone else other than me. How much humility and sincerity in that statement. But the second advice is for you and I here now. Build a relationship with Imam al-Mahdi alayhi salam through talking to him. Ayatollah Milani tells all the Tullah, he says, the second thing you must know, if you don't do this, come back. I don't want you teaching. He says, all of you, every single night, before you sleep, you sit and you just talk to Imam al-Mahdi alayhi salam. Just talk to him. Tell him something. Talk to him about the struggles that you have in life. Talk to him about the struggles in your family. Talk to him about the problems in your community. Ask him to intercede, to help you become a better person. Just talk to him so that every day there is a strong bond between you and him. Shall I tell you how far that bond will go? There's a hadith from the 8th Imam, Imam Ali ibn Musa al-Rida, salawatullah wa salamuhu alayhi. One of his great companions by the name of Yunus ibn Abdul Rahman. Yunus, sitting with Imam Rida alayhi salam, big companion, giant narrator of our hadith. 8th Imam says to him, "Oh Yunus, don't talk like the Qadariyya. Don't talk like the other sects talk. Don't say that everything is determined by God. The Qadariyya, those who determine that everything is decided by the Qadr of Allah. You know we have that debate, is everything left to God? Is everything God steps out of it?" The 6th Imam says it's a balance. Some things we are left free from, some things Allah decides for us. Anyway, so now Imam Rida alayhi salam is now talking to the companion and he teaches us something. At the end, Yunus ibn Abdul Rahman says, "Thank you for an amazing answer. May I kiss you on the forehead?" He kisses the forehead of Imam Rida alayhi salam and then he says something phenomenal. He says, "You have opened up something for me that I have never understood before." Very simple, but amazing. This is the job of the Imam, to elevate us to a new station of understanding, a new being within our own selves. The companions who were sitting with the Imam directly, they had that. Imam is there for you and I to do the exact same thing. Just because he's behind the veil doesn't mean he's not there to elevate our thinking, to open us up in our heart. Talk to the Imam, build a bond with him, have insight in Marifah, live like the Imam lives, and I promise you, inshaAllah, that when the Imam comes, you will not be like the Jews who had no Marifah of Rasulullah. You will not be like those who called Imam al-Hussein alayhi salam, but then left him, and worse, raised the sword against Imam al-Hussein alayhi salam. All of us, inshaAllah, will be with the awaited Savior.